One of the most fascinating things about watching Inoue fight is how everything seems to fall into place perfectly. His ability to land multi-punch combinations, his arsenal of striking maneuvers, his flexibility, and the exposure of his opponent's weaknesses allow him to ultimately defeat them. From this, we may infer that there is a 90% chance that he will beat his next opponent. Thus, keep watching this video to see why Naoya Inoue will destroy Stephen Fulton. His every motion has a specific goal in mind, and he is always ready to throw, whether it is for one punch or four. Studying the way he fights, he does an excellent job of varying the pace and force of his blows so that his opponent is never quite sure what to expect next. Also, in order to maximize the effectiveness of his combos, he would usually reduce the force of his initial 1 or 2 punches in order to set himself up for a devastating third strike. In addition to this, he will combine both the head and the body in a manner that is surprising. It is true that Inoue has incredible power, but there is a lot more to it than just repeating the same shot over and over again in the hopes that it would connect. In other words, he approaches the fight like he's playing chess. Inoue is a 3-division world champion and the current unified bantamweight title holder. He has held the WBA, Super, IBF, and Ring Magazine lineal belts since 2019. In the past, he has also been the world champion in the WBO junior bantamweight division, as well as the WBC light-flyweight division. His extraordinary punching strength and unrelenting body assault have earned him the nickname The Monster among his devoted fans. According to boxing statistics and records, he is listed as the greatest bantamweight in the world. As a result of his undefeated record of 24-0, which includes 21 knockouts, Inoue is generally regarded as one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport on a pound-for-pound basis. Some of his most notable victories include ones against Omar Andre Narvaez, Nonito Donaire, Jason Maloney, and Michael Desmarais. It is generally agreed that Inoue is one of the boxers in the sport who is avoided the most, and this is due to the menacing knockout danger that he poses in each and every battle. So in this analysis, we will examine Inoue's lightning-fast and violent boxing style, as well as what makes him such a brilliant fighter, his major weapons in the ring, and all of the characteristics that combine to make him one of a kind. Because he can transform both his left and right hands into lethal weapons, Inoue is a very potent attacking force. Every shot in his repertoire has the potential to be an explosive knockout strike, from his left hook, which is just as strong as his right hook, to his left uppercut, which is just as jarring as his right, and so on and so forth. Because of this, Inoue has the power to throw any weapon from his toolbox at any time, and he often combines it in unconventional ways that make it difficult for his opponents to predict his moves. Inoue has the ability to seamlessly shift from throwing an uppercut down the center and coming back up top with a hook, using the same hand. They claim that the blows that inflict the greatest harm are the ones that opponents aren't expecting, so they can't defend themselves. Also, Inoue's success may be attributed, in large part, to the fact that he uses unconventional combinations like these, which render him unpredictable in the pocket. However, Inoue's right straight, which he throws with excellent accuracy, blazing speed, and malevolent purpose, is possibly the most lethal weapon he has. When it comes to combat strategy, there is not a lot of emphasis placed on this particular domain due to the fact that body blows do not score as much in the amateur ranks. A disproportionate amount of attention is paid to headhunting, particularly in Olympic boxing. As a direct consequence of this, the art of body punching has all but disappeared. In a legitimate fight, however, hitting an opponent in the body is an efficient technique to cause significant damage that builds up over the course of the rounds. Large chunks of Inoue's training camps are devoted entirely to bodywork, with the express purpose of refining his body punching combos. Therefore, body punching is one of the most effective fighting styles, and he is one of the very few fighters competing today that does it. Inoue's favorite body hits are the left uppercut to the solar plexus and the hook to the liver, which he uses over and over again until his opponents fall to the ground in pain. Fans like Inoue's approach because he never backs down from a battle. In the ring, he never stops moving forward and never stops being exciting to watch. It's not that Inoue doesn't know how to battle backward or play a little bit of defense every now and then. It's just that his intimidating pressure is his most defining trait. Inoue will get in front of men without fear or caution and is prepared to absorb blows in order to unleash the force that has become his signature. He is a high-volume puncher who rains haymakers down on his opponents from the opening bell all the way through to the last round. The relentless punching not only enables him to outwork anybody he is competing against in the ring, but it also enables him to overwhelm whatever defense he is up against. The vast majority of Inoue's opponents up to this point have been unable to cope with the constant pressure that he applies. Also, many give up quickly, both physically and psychologically, and are just unprepared for the level of intensity that he provides. However, none of it would matter if Inoue did not possess one really rare and unique quality that is incredibly crucial to have. It's impossible to understate the force that he has dormant inside his hands. When it comes to the Japanese stalwart's fighting technique, the concussive knockout potential that he has is both the beginning and the end of the story. In point of fact, whereas the majority of punchers like to use Cleto Rays or Everlast MX gloves, which are usually cushioned with horsehair to optimize punching power, Inoue chooses to wear the Japanese-branded Winning, which makes use of synthetic material. Boxing experts sometimes call Winning gloves pillows because of how they soften the blow and force of hits in order to protect the hands. However, despite Winning's additional padding, Inoue is still able to knock opponents out with his punches, which is unheard of for a power puncher. So his power doesn't even need to go through the gloves, it just goes straight through everyone he's trying to affect. Even if knockout power may be learned and polished in the gym to some level, it is quite obvious that the boxing gods have endowed Inoue with untamed knockout power that cannot be taught. To give you a fast response, most people believe that Inoue will come out on top in the fight against Stephen Fulton. Inoue fights with his gloves just above his chin, and Fulton is a quick and reactive puncher, so there is a chance that Fulton may hit several clean jabs when they're competing against one another. However, Inoue will immediately be on the front foot to stalk and stroll down Fulton, who will naturally go on the back foot, with the purpose to counter such a volume puncher who loads up on his blows. Possibly, Inoue's plan is to use this strategy to win the fight. Also, both of these people may land equal strikes, but one will have a far larger impact than the other. Although Inoue is moving up from the bantamweight division, the issue of whether he will be able to take his power higher should explain itself given his 87.5% knockout percentage and the fact that he has stopped his previous 5 opponents in a row. In addition, Naoya may walk into a couple of Fulton's punches, and it may take him some time to get to Fulton in order to break him down. But because he isn't sharing the ring with a powerful puncher, he should be able to weather any storms that may arise in order to get in close and hit his broad array of power blows to the head and body. The monster from Japan is constantly moving into position to strike heavy punches, and his power remains consistent throughout each round of the battle. On the other hand, Cool Boy Steph has a considerable amount of time to remain evasive and escape that gigantic force, which is turned up to full dial from the first round all the way through the 12th round. Leave a comment telling us whether you feel that Naoya Inoue will destroy Stephen Fulton, and why you think that, or whether you believe that Stephen Fulton will win, and why you think that in the comment section below. And that wraps things up. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.